Hello and welcome to the Wildcat Sanctuary, everyone. Happy to be bringing you yet another live post. Some of our rescued residents enjoying a day of living wild at heart. We are live, but I'm not seeing any followers yet. There we go. Slowly but surely, Simon. Starting to get some people watching us. Hello, everyone. A little behind schedule today, but that's not going to stop Team TWS from enjoying a live post. Certainly get in the comments. Make yourself known, Mr. Jeremy. Today is the 21st of September. Do you remember the 21st night of September? A little earth, wind, and fire to start the live post today. There are my comments. Hey, Deborah Metzer. I saw Hinyata comment. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. Hey, Bella, thanks for tagging Kathy Ryan. Lois A says, good afternoon. Good afternoon right back to you, Lois. Hey, Torben, thank you for those 50 stars. Ellen Simmons saying a good sunny morning. It is. Not only is it sunny, but you kind of heard me remarking earlier on a live post this week, probably even yesterday, that, maybe mid-September, but we're not having too September-y of weather. Well, finally, we kind of had a big cold front sneak in last night and woke up to kind of high 40s, low 50-degree temps, and really getting a kind of true glimpse of a northern Minnesota fall here. What do you think, Mr. Jeremy here? And as you can see, Jeremy and Simon, two of our rescued residents, are enjoying kind of just varying enrichment options. They had some little food pieces scattered in there for them. Simon says, I can't wait for the pool to be filled. That's on its way as well. I was able to put down some scents next to these boys' toys, and very, very simply, just another day in the life for the rescues of the Wildcat Sanctuary. Caretakers are cleaning this whole zone, this whole building of Roar Ridge, which means Jeremy and Simon had their entire habitat clean, pool scrub, poop picked up, and obviously that's going to be a great time for us to place enrichment. Faith Warner saying awesome singing skills. Well, I had to start off the live post with a little earth, wind, and fire because it is the 21st of September. I don't know all the lyrics, but I know the melody at least. And I know, do you remember the 21st night of September? And of course, Jeremy and Simon see their caretakers across the way cleaning in Pandora and Thor Jr.'s yard. And we know that many of the rescues here at the Wildcat Sanctuary are consummate overlookers, overwatchers, be it when they're cleaning a habitat from afar, or maybe they're cleaning the very cat's habitat and they're watching them from their shift. It's always a little bit entertaining to see how the cats do a lot of backseat driving in terms of the caretaking work that happens at the Wildcat Sanctuary. I'm going to catch up on some comments. I love everybody saying hi to Timber too. Timber's back at the helm at the desk answering all your questions in the comments. Faith Warner asking, how are all the newbies reacting to the cooler evening? I'd say just as a whole, the cats really take well to kind of these cooler temps of fall. Truthfully, as the primary documenter here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, I'd have to say that fall time is the best time to be able to catch the cats really taking advantage of their outdoor habitats. As you can imagine, it gets hot here in the winter, which is why we provide all these shade options for a cat like Jeremy to get out of the shade. Obviously, he has access to his indoor bedroom where he can get out of that hot weather. But yeah, things get hot, as you would imagine, and hot weather can really make for for a lazy loaf cat, which is totally understandable. And now we're kind of coming into the time of the year where that temperature is going to be pretty uniform throughout the day. And for a cat like Jeremy, a cat like Simon, he says, I love it. Simon's getting over to the Tipsy Tom here. Hey, Lisa Parker, thanks for joining us today. Cheryl Basso saying, perfect start. I hope you were indicating that my singing was the perfect start. Holy buckets, Holly Winscott. That's a different temperature. Almost 100 degrees in Des Moines yesterday. Cool and a north breeze today. Exactly. I mean, I think it got up to the 80s yesterday, and now there's probably like a 30-degree temperature difference. So, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Looks like Kathy Ryan made it to the party. Glad to have you, Kathy. And you would have seen us using it last week during Tigerthon. We had a box, an entire box. I kind of described it as it basically looked like someone went into their garden, lopped up an entire bush of catnip, packaged up, and sent it here to the Wildcat Sanctuary. And that fresh catnip has really been the scent enrichment of choice lately. We got to see, pretty much every cat during Tigerthon was taking advantage of this fresh catnip. Thor was going bonkers. Miss Daisy, Dash had some of this fresh catnip. And right where Simon is licking on his massive Tipsy Tom there, is where I kind of crushed up some of that catnip and rubbed it onto that toy. So I'm sure some of those oils leaked onto there, and he says, well, this is pretty stinky. Hey Ryan, thanks for joining us today. Jeannie Curry saying, two handsome boys. Handsome indeed, and definitely powerful as well. I think it would have been 2 winters ago, this Tipsy Tom, or Tipsy Titan as we've been calling it, was part of a big toy drive that we had going on here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, and we were able to get this new Tipsy Tom, and as you can see, that Tipsy Tom has certainly gotten plenty of tiger lashes from cats like Jeremy and Simon. I know the Tiger Trio had it as well, but I know it's always hard to imagine when you, well, it's just plastic, but man, is it hard plastic. It's hard. And just to see those scratches and scrapes and bite marks, that's the type of reminder that the world needs sometimes when they see a tiger like Jeremy or Simon that they might find quote-unquote cute, or they might want to reach out and touch it. It's those types of reminders that really give us some perspective as to what type of animal Mr. Simon truly is. Hey, Karen Perry, checking in from the UK. Glad to have you from the other side of the pond. I see Nadia is here. Good to have you on the live post, Nadia. And asking that you've been a little out of the loop and wondering if Timber is the new media intern, and Timber is. Timber's been doing an excellent job at holding down the media fort, and truthfully got really kind of thrown into a ring of fire. We jumped into Tigerthon, and we're still in the middle of her training, and she's been an absolute trooper. So we appreciate Miss Timber and really those internship opportunities that we have here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. I know that many of you have nieces, many of you have nephews, sons, daughters. Those internship opportunities are and Timber's only been here for a couple weeks, and I'm sure she could even testify. Very simply, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity where you get to come here and participate in advocating and educating for the Wildcats here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. And I know that we're talking about the media internship, but we know that we have animal care internships as well, which certainly helps the sanctuary go round. And it's really one of the kind of many vital aspects that come together to caring for the cats, and our internship programs is no exception from that. So that's my little plug. I mean, definitely, if I know, I can only imagine many of you have nieces, many of you have nephews. Go to our website. Consider learning a little bit more about both the media internship as well as the animal care internship, and perhaps it'd be right for them. Mr. Simon says, this pool can't fill fast enough, I tell ya. Hey Bethan, thanks for joining us today. We are hanging out with white tigers Simon and Jeremy. These two just had their habitat cleaned, some enrichment placed, their pool nice and scrubbed. Really great, just slice of life for what it's like for our caretaking staff and some of their daily to-dos, and then what it's like for our rescues here. Oh, I love seeing that. D. Golub saying, to all TWS, the grounds that you maintain around the cat residence are always beautiful. Well, thank you, D. And obviously, right behind me, we have our memorial pavilion. Get the Catmobile out of the way. We have our memorial pavilion where our group, or a team of garden volunteers, do an excellent job at beautifying this rather special piece of the sanctuary. We're able to honor all of our late residents on some of the plaques that you see lining the columns of that little structure. And it's a very, like I said, very special part to, I'm sure, many of you and us here at the sanctuary, where if we ever need a little quiet time, if we're just kind of having one of those days, I can't tell you how special it is to have the memorial pavilion there, and just to meditate a little bit and think about some of the cats that we've helped, and how important our role is and what we're doing. Let's see, we got more overseeing from Jeremy and Simon of their caretakers who are exiting Pandora's habitat. He says, you know what, I just got to do some snooping. Looks like they're taking out Pandora's Tigerthon sign. He says, you know me, I just got to do a little snooping. Let's see here. We're kind of in the vicinity of some other cats. As I mentioned, they're doing cleaning in Roar Ridge, and Jeremy and Simon was the first yard that they completed. So they're kind of doing a whole revolution around all the yards here, which means that Machado, who would normally be next door to us, she's been shifted inside. So perhaps we'll go over and see if any of the 5 wild group are in their habitat. And I can look at some comments on our way over there. Love to see all the love for the Memorial Pavilion. Hey, Tanya Toner, thanks for joining us. Oh, and Tracy F., I always love comments like this. The sanctuary is really beautiful. You've given the cats a beautiful, peaceful place to live. And it's just what's so cool about that is that's the exact thing that Tammy set out to do 20 years ago when she created the Wildcat Sanctuary. Not only the fact that we are not open to the public, and that's a philosophy that we established when TWS was founded 20 plus years ago, but also the location of the sanctuary. And we, boy oh boy, do I kind of curse that location sometimes, but only for one reason, because the internet, and we're trying to bring the cats to you. But that location goes a long way towards creating that peaceful, serene environment that our cats truly benefit from. Well, I thought I could catch up with him. There's Denoma really cruising around his yard. Let me see if I can catch up to him over yonder. Otherwise, I can make my way over to that pine tree. Usually Langley or Denoma likes hanging out under there. Kindred Ditto pointing out the cats probably learn quickly that there are things to find after they've been shifted. And very much so. Oftentimes we make comparisons between your domestic cat at home and the wildcats here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, and really just some of those parallels that all feline kind have. Well, hey, Mr. Denoma. And one of those, I think just pretty much the example would be when you come in with a load full of groceries and you put your grocery bags on the ground for a moment. And of course, what do you know? Your cat's already inspecting it, getting a lay of the land, seeing what's new. And it's the same idea is our wildcats are released back into their habitat after cleaning, and they know something's up. They know something's been changed. We're moving their toys around. We're placing scents all around, and it really just kind of comes together to tip in that curiosity. And felines will be felines. If they see something has changed, Mr. Noah, I'll tell you what, they're going to get to the bottom of it. Yeah, there was some cougar talk. We did some bobcat talk the other day. There was some cougar talk that's rescued Cougar Noah, who lives with the 5 Wild group. Mr. Noah is living with sibling Langley and Cougar Denoma, Langley being the only female of the two. Looks like they're heading into their indoor bedroom for a cuddle puddle. And that kind of set apart from a majority of our rescues here at the Wildcat Sanctuary that are coming from private owner surrenders, that are coming from seizures that have been done by authorities. These cougars behind me, Langley, Denoma, and Noah, they're actually wild-born cougars. So a little bit different of the segment of the population here at the Wildcat Sanctuary in terms of these cats were born in the wild, and for one reason or another, they were not able to live a wild life, whether they were orphaned or whether there are laws prohibiting the release of these animals. But we know those 3 and our other wild-born cats as very special cats, and we often commend our caretaking staff for kind of the extra length that they take to make sure that those cats are kind of enjoying life on their own terms. Obviously, many of the cats that are rescuing are captive born and have imprinted on humans and are more familiar with humans and understanding that humans are the provider in a captive type situation. Well, with our wild-born cougars, that's where that P word comes in, a little bit more patience and working to build that trust. And it really is amazing to see some of the progressions our caretaking staff makes with that incredible amount of patience that they have. Super, super cool. Ooh, man. Glad we got a little Noah kind of... And I don't maybe know the exact name of that vocalization. I kind of just call it like panting their breath a little bit. But Noah and just cougars in general are actually the biggest cats that are able to purr. The largest, excuse me. And cougars are also known for a cougar chirp. It's kind of like a bird, like a maybe less bird-like than I realize. Another interesting and unique vocalization that cougars can make.
Jackie, Mackenzie, Kayla, Sarah, and Bree. We have exit all rooms inside quarantine. Locked and double checked. We'll be giving them access.
I'm catching up on a few comments here. Patty Revoir saying, how many steps are on your step tracker each day? I kind of wonder that too sometimes. Hey, Kathleen Wickus, thanks for joining us. Good morning, Rosie P. Glad to have you with us. It's been a fun little morning so far. And Kelly Anderson, late to the party. Oh, that's not far away. Cloquet just had a very scary incident, but thank goodness everything is okay. Definitely glad to hear that, Kelly, especially Cloquet. You're just a neighbor to us, about 45 minutes up the highway. Lots of highs to Noah. That's pleasant. Pleasant. And I know that you guys do a great job of kind of keeping the well-being of some of our residents on your mind. I mean, all of our residents, you guys are always thinking about and are always wanting to make sure that they're doing okay. And definitely the Five Wild group has been on people's radar with the passing of Cougar Andre and then later Cougar Carlo. But kind of just as we've mentioned, and it really is something to see just how everybody is, they're carrying on, and we know that they are always going to remember Carlo. They're always going to remember their rock Andre. But it's great to see that that sense of confidence that both of those cats endowed Denoma, Langley, and Noah with, and that they're kind of carrying their legacy on with them. Wow! Queen of the jungle, excuse me. Look at that, Miss Monza. Life is good on top of your platform. I know we like zooming in so we can see the cat's face, but I do love kind of a wide shot like this. Who's on the platform? That is Miss Monza. Thank you, Ellen, for replying to Jeannie. And Lion Leo is somewhere lounging around in their free-roaming habitat. I can only suspect he's... Oh, I see, Mr. Leo. I can only suspect he's got himself a good old comfy spot, and it looks like I was correct. And strategically, maybe Monza was like, you go low, I'll go high. You can see caretakers coming from that way. I'll be able to see caretakers coming from this way. There's your little face, Mr. Leo. Yes, Wow, man. And coming up in November, if I'm not mistaken, it would be the 4-year anniversary of the rescue of the Argentina lions, which Leo and Monza were obviously a part of. 4-year or 3-year? Was that that was 2018, end of 2018. So I think that's correct. 4-year anniversary of the 7 lions from Argentina. 7 lions coming to the Wildcat Sanctuary from a different continent. That always stands out to me as a huge, huge testament as to what TWS is able to accomplish thanks to the support of all of you, working with the Argentinian government to transport 7 lions here to the continental United States. Lots of paperwork, lots of back and forth, just lots of time and resources spent organizing that type of rescue, as you would imagine. And then for the day to finally come and us to be able to welcome 7 big cats to the Wildcat Sanctuary, one of them being a geriatric cat who we didn't know, would be with us for as long as she was. Unfortunately, she was. And that would be Leo, Monza. We have Sophie, Kimba, Lion Gino, Mr. Chipino, and then of course Lioness Sultania. I'm going to scroll down Shazam's yard here, everyone, and if you're just joining us, happy to have you all along. It's a marvelous Wednesday. Happy hump day. I think it's about time to sing again. Do you remember the 21st night of September? It is the 21st of September. Things are starting to feel like fall here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. I don't see any Mr. Shazamers, so I think we'll keep on cruising. But starting to feel like fall here at the Wildcat Sanctuary definitely has us thinking about winter. And I know that caretakers are kind of starting to make their transitions that come with the season's change. They're going to be taking down shade cloths. They're going to be switching out water buckets with the heated, insulated water buckets. We're going to be closing the pools for the season. And kind of lots of other boxes to check before winter comes. So definitely a kind of busier time here at the Wildcat Sanctuary than others. These kind of changes in seasons. Coming up on Bobcat Bella's habitat. And Bella's along with Henry and Haley, one of a bobcat in a big cat world. down here in Feline Meadows. And I'll tell you what, Bella is a expert napper. She is one of those cats who can nap like nobody's business, and I'm just wondering if seeing more people wanting me to sing, I'm wondering if maybe she's flattened out like a pancake somewhere in her yard, laying down. September is a song you got to get up and dance to, says Nancy Hodel. Ah, loo doo 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 doo. I hear that. I'll tell you what, and it also makes it easy for old chunk of coal like me, because my mom's birthday is on the 21st of September. So I always remember my mom's birthday, at least I try to, on the 21st of September. So I got to give her a call today too. Maybe I'll do some singing for Mom as well. Well, I'm kind of making my way over here. I'm thinking perhaps we'll end with Cougars, Aspen, and Blaze. But happy we've had a nice little stroll today. Internet seems like it was behaving as well for the most part. Got to see Simon and Jeremy. We got to see Mr. Noah of the 5 Wild Group. We got a little glimpse of Denoma as well. We're coming up on 2 more of our wild-born residents here. Mr. Blaze, who's already got a lock on us here. Hey, look at that. Lots of happy birthdays to my mother. Maybe I should formally give her a shout out. And it's kind of unique is that I share the first name with my mom. So we both are named Judson. So happy birthday, Judson Sr. Do you remember? And she loves that song too. I think she's probably the one who got me into September by Earth, Wind, and Fire. So happy birthday, Mom. You'll be hearing from me soon, surely. Surely. And so I think one of the last times, or perhaps maybe not even, we haven't seen Blaze since he had a dental exam with the Peter Emily Dental Foundation. We were able to give an update on that. He had something wrong with one of his canines, and it had to be kind of filed down and shortened. And so Mr. Blaze, kind of similar to how Cougar Andre he's got a little bit of an Elvis lip, which is unique to see. But I'm going to see if I can get a little bit better of an angle here, and then we'll say goodbye to the folks. I feel like we've been having fun on today's live post, and it's good that we're having a little fun, and you guys deserve so much too after all that you guys were helping through Tigerthon, all the sharing, all the gifts themselves, all the just getting excited in the comments about this special opportunity. And as you heard Tammy mention that we did meet our match, and we're kind of Gina's here and Lynette's here, and they're kind of working on crunching some of the final numbers for Tigerthon, but happy nonetheless that we were able to meet our match. And then shame on me, I don't think I've been able to say it in person, but you guys saw the news that we shared on the Tiger King cats, that the very day that we concluded Tigerthon, that we found out that we're reaching our match, we were notified that we were given permanent custody of the Tiger King rescues, Aurora, Alana, Thor Jr., and Alyssa. So what just an extra special day that was for everyone. Just to think that we're kind of celebrating the successes of a matching fundraising campaign, as well as the kind of confirmation that Thor, Alyssa, Alana, and Aurora are officially Wild at Heart residents here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. And that'd be Aspen on the other side here. And I was expecting Blaze. Blaze is not as bashful as his brother, and he typically likes coming up and stalking the paparazzi. But he says, you know what, I'm taking my time. Yay, I love to see it. Virginia Leary, oh wow, just hearing the permanent home for the 3 cats. That's correct. Or all of the Tiger King cats, that would be. Yay, yay, yay. And glad to see everyone kind of celebrating that news too. Nancy Hodel, Henyada, Lori Heath. All right. Daniel going, yes. It is something to celebrate about, I'll tell you that much. It's very, very exciting that those cats are going to know nothing but compassion and love for the rest of their days. Now that's an occasion worth celebrating. Well, Mr. Aspen, you look so pleasant and relaxed under your platform there. I'm happy to see you dozing off with the paparazzi here even too. But I want to thank everyone for tuning in today. We certainly had ourselves a sanctuary stroll, I'd say. Started out with Jeremy and Simon, and now we are all the way back visiting with Aspen and Blaze, 2 of our rescued cougars. Hope everyone has a great rest of your Wednesday and a great rest of your 21st night of September. Hopefully you all have some Earth, Wind, and Fire stuck in your head for the remainder of the day as well. And hey, thanks again for making life what it is for the so many rescues here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. That was Mr. Blaze turning around to give his personal acknowledgement to everyone. But thanks again for tuning in today, and look forward to another live post from us here at the Wildcat Sanctuary tomorrow.